What's going on, people? It's your man the White B, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Martin Skirsis for coming through and boosting up the coin. So listen, man, in the last hour or so I put a video out doing the whole breakdown on Eubank missing weight, and obviously Conor Benn coming in super light, 2-2s. This video has been leaked now, accidentally I believe, by Matchroom Boxing. And essentially it shows, you need to watch this before it gets wiped. It's annoying I can't just play it on the screen because these copyright shekel cabal pagans. That's the fair use means I can use your content and make new content anyway. I can't play it, but you need to watch it. I'll play the audio and I'll talk you through it. I ain't going to make the stories up. But the fact of the matter is here, people, in my video, when Eubank missed, he missed. And Hen came in super light. I said, allegedly, some people are saying, Massa Hearns and his operation, his racket he running, yeah, allegedly. Allegedly, I'm telling you allegedly what some people are thinking, okay? Nothing to do with me at all. I don't think this. Michelle don't think this. My mum don't think this. This is allegedly what some people are possibly thinking. Yeah? They said, Hearns rigged this one. And the people who said it to me, yeah, that Eddie Hearns rigging the scales against against Chris Eubank Jr. and doing it favourably for Conor Benn. They said it in jest, yeah? Oh, people was joking, right? That's what people was doing. In that first video, people was joking. Alleged people were joking. I didn't really think, yeah? Me and the people didn't think Massa Hearns really rigged it. 2-2s. This video here, what this shows is, Massa Hearns gets a weight out. And bear in mind the timeline here. Conor Benn weighed him first. Conor Benn gets on the scales. Well, before Conor Benn gets on the scales, they get a weight out. A big old weight. It must have been 10 kilos. They get a 10 kilo weight out, put it on there, and it weighs in light. Yeah? And they kick up a bit of a fuss. And Conor Benn even says, I don't want to get off the scale until it's calibrated. And they say, no, this cat here, this Matchroom employee, allegedly, this paid dude here, Mr. Brown Envelope, he's like, don't worry about that, mate. Yeah, we'll work it out for Eubank. We'll make sure Eubank weighs him properly. I swear down, that's what they said. Because even Conor's surprised. Conor says, that weight seems off to me. Conor weighs in 156.4, yeah, and he says, that seems off to me. That seems too light. So he wasn't supposed to weigh in 156.4. But because Eubank's team are late, or whatever else, this dude's, don't worry about that. We'll make sure we get Eubank, though. Don't worry about that. 100%. You can have someone here. You can have someone from your team in front of Eubank. I will sort out the calibration for when Eubank gets here. I swear down, that's what happens. Here we go. Watch this video, the first 2 minutes. I'm going to play it and I'll talk you the audio. I can't play the video, unfortunately, but I'll show you the frames as well. That's what's important. Okay, the minute Conor Benn's weighing in, here we go. Here we go. So you see Tony Sims there. Listen.
I know they've been calibrated then. What's that, 20 kgs? Should be 22.9.
21.55.
So what they've done is, you can just see, listen, I'll play it again.
You okay? Check these scales out a minute. I know
Tony Sims says, I want to check these scales a minute. I know they've been calibrated.
they've been calibrated then.
So what Tony Sims does, he puts a 10 kilo weight on here, okay?
What's that, 20 kgs? Should be 22.9.
21.55.
21.55. And there's a picture of it somewhere. Wait.
22.9.
21.55.
So then, you okay? Ready?
So they've put a 10 kilo on, which is supposed to weigh 22.2. Yeah? It weighs 21.5. So over 10 kilos of weight, it's losing 0.7 of a kilo, essentially. 0.65 of a kilo.
Ready to go?
Conor, you're ready. You can go whenever you're ready.
Oh, what was that on there?
You happy with that, Tom?
On again?
20 kgs. It's a bit light, isn't it?
Eddie Hearn said, it's a bit light, isn't it? Yeah, they've put the weight on.
Put the 20 back on. Put the
So they put the 20 back on.
should be 22.
Black. Okay. No trim or lettering?
And you can just about make out here, it says 21.55. Yeah? 21.55. See, they're weighing in pounds, but that's a 10 kilo kettlebell. Let's do the check the conversion here. Kilo. Really? Come on, man. I think it's kilo, 2 pounds. Yeah, it's 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. So 10 kilos should be 22, around 22 pounds flat, but 22 point. So it's not. It's about. It works out. It's about half a pound out. Yeah, they got 10 kilos on, and it's weighing 21.55. It should weigh 22.05. So we're talking. It's half a pound out. Is the point. And that's over 10 kilos. I'm not sure how it works when things are out. Is it weighing everything proportionately? Is it always going to be half a pound out? Or is it going to be you put 50 kilos on and it's going to be 5 times half a pound, which is 2.5 pounds? And Conor Benn's weighing in, what, 65 kilos? And that makes sense why he's so... You hear it now. Let's play it, carry on playing it. Where are we?
2.2.
They'll be nice and still. Take your time. And 156.4. Well done.
Alright, but I want to make sure these are right though.
Well,
So Conor Benn says, I want to make sure this is all right before I go. That should never be the case. Conor Benn, you get on a scale, right? Bosh, off. I've never heard a fighter say, I want to make sure it's all right before I go.
someone can wait.
Well, we just
What do you
waited
think?
now. They're a bit light.
I get that. Those Marks and Sparks scales are brilliant, but
You hear him there? Yeah, we've just weighed ourselves and this is a bit light. The 156.4 is a bit light. Here again.
those Marks and Sparks scales are brilliant, but
No.
just well done.
Alright,
That's it.
but I want to make sure these are right though.
Well, someone can wait.
Well, we just
What do you
waited
think?
now. They're a bit light.
I get that. Those Marks and Sparks scales are brilliant, but
No,
to see
the
the
weight-
calibre
the weight.
one. Yeah,
The weight on here is equivalent.
no, I get that. We don't all.
So we're saying the weight we put on isn't the equivalent. We've put 10 kilos on and it's not weighing 10 kilos.
The weight is what we can do is when Eubank comes in, you're going to have someone here to make sure you're satisfied that he's making.
that's not.
See? Oh, when Eubank comes in, we're going to make sure we have someone to be on you. What? This dude's putting weights. What's going on here? What kind of monkey business circus is this? Eubank's not even hit at this point in time. Eubank ain't even there yet. So Conor Benn gets on. Oh, I'm super light. Because look, the weight don't even make sense. But don't worry, when Eubank gets in, we're going to make sure it's all calibrated nicely for you. What? Who are these clowns? How hard is it in 2025 when they're sending Katy Perry on fake space missions? Allegedly. That was fake, I ain't gonna lie. But listen, they're sending Katy Perry on fake space missions, allegedly. You can't get a scale that weighs proper. Yeah? Really? For this kind of event? And in reality, even when they're putting kettlebells on, a kettlebell, if you know anything about gym weights or whatever, notoriously, they never weigh what they say on the thing. If you buy a 10 kilo weight, it probably weighs 9.8, 9.6. That's not accurate either. Or someone might weigh 10.2, because really, when you're pushing weights, who cares? Unless your name's Eddie Hall trying to deadlift 500 kilos exactly. General gym weights, like that kettlebell, dusty kettlebell, who knows what that weighs? You could never know what a kettlebell isn't scientific, man. And it explains why Eubank's missed. Number one, either allegedly, Eddie Hearn's. Oh, they calibrated it all right. So Conor Benn gets on, and the scales are skewed to being light. Conor Benn's even like, what? That seems out. We've just weighed ourselves. There's no way we're 156.4. Yeah. So Ben gets on. He's super light, and it's all great. Whoa, yeah, wicked. Eubank comes in. The bias should have been he comes in light like Ben did. That's why Ben's all confused. Are you sure that's right? We've just weighed ourselves. The weight's out and our other scales aren't saying we're that low. Eubank comes in. Them same scales should be saying he's low. Right? The same way they've done it low for the kettlebell and Conor Benn. So Eubank comes in, who, by the way, it's important to mention as well, he's renowned to be professional. He even when he was meant to fight Conor Benn the first time, he comes in 157 He did it even though he didn't need to show off. I can do kind of hands off the gear, but I can do my obligations. Eubank's never had a problem hitting a weight. All of a sudden, after these, oh, we're gonna get it. Don't worry, man. You can have person. And Conor Benn's asking this clown here about his own weight, about how legit his own weight is. And this guy's, oh, don't worry, we'll have someone there for Eubank. Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll have the scales proper calibrated with Eddie Hearn's alleged brown envelopes for Eubank. That's what happened here, allegedly. Yeah? People are saying Massa Hearn's rigged this one, or the board, or Eddie's smart, man. He's a old school mafia dude. No, he's not old school, he's daddy old school mafia, man. Little black book and all that one. So I'm not playing with him, man. He knows the plays. Eddie Hearn will be like, well, I didn't know. Come on, people, man. You ain't heard of the RICO Act? Yeah? These top man, they don't get in the mix like that. Eddie Hearn told this plumber here, allegedly, this commissioner plumber, hey man, here's the envelope. I don't want nothing to do with it in public. You're going to be the one who looks stupid. What did we see? Eddie Hearn's like, oh, put a weight on there, mate. Oh, that seems a bit light, mate. Ooh. Yeah? Nothing to do with him. Nothing sticking on him. You can only get the top cats like Eddie Hearn with the RICO Act. Yeah? Racketeering influence. I can't remember what it is. Racketeering. I'm going to have to find racketeering influence. Crime organisation. Something like that, man. That's how you get them big dogs. Because they don't get their hands dirty. This plumber here saying, woof, woof, woof. Yeah, we know you came in light con, but don't worry, we got 100%. I got the envelope from Massa Hearns, allegedly. And we're going to fix him up. That's what happened here. Eubank don't miss weights. Sorry, he don't miss weights. He's professional. He don't miss no weights. Conor Benn comes in light, Eubank heavy. Really? And the scales are moody. Yeah? You don't know what they're going to spit out next. So knock off. This cat went to Timu, man. You really using Timu scales for this kind of fight? Unbelievable.
We're going to have someone here to make sure you're satisfied
Right,
that
but you
he's
say
made.
that's not calibrated to the right
To
weight.
the weight.
They were calibrated
To the scale.
He's going to get the report now.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. You're done. You can go and drink what you do. You're done. Well done.
I won't have to
Yeah.
come back to it.
You're done. That's it.
So Conor Benn says there, what, I won't have to come back. Are you sure I won't have to come back? These guys ain't got no confidence in the process. No, you're done, mate. Get out of it. We're going to cook Eubank. That's what... people, you heard it for yourself. Watched it. You have to... Obviously, I'd love to be able to play the video. You have to watch... It's only 3 minutes. Watch this video. Yeah? Watch this video. Shocking. How can you have this going on? A scale that no one knows what's... Like, whoa. The fact that Eddie Hearn even has to come on, or anyone has to come on. Well, the reason Eddie Hearn... let's put a weight on it. Eddie Hearn does that, like I said. Yeah. These crime bosses, allegedly. It gives him plausible deniability. Oh, it wasn't me, mate. I was the one trying to prove it. No. Come on, Eddie, man. Stop playing. Yeah? You ain't hitting me with a plausible deniability. Oh, okie doke. Well, it couldn't be me who rigged this up because I was trying to find the truth. No, you was not doing that, man. Brown envelope, man. Stop playing. That's what this was. Call me a liar. Really? Yeah? Because if I was a commission and I was just, I'd be saying, listen, man, sorry, Conor. Well, first of all, I'd have the scales patterned from 2 days ago. What are these plumbers getting paid for? These commission plumbers, what are they paid for? What, to sit there bickering and working out the scale as people are weighing in? What do these stiffs do for a living, man? Seriously, you ain't fighting. You're digging pocket, taking a percentage for what? So fighters have to be in bare stress and not knowing what's going on because you couldn't get your scale shit together. Yeah? It's not right. Sorry. And I found out the other day, someone said it, the board, the BBBoC is a private organisation. They're not a government body. Not that the government can't be corrupt, but you get the point. They're not like is it ambivalent? They're not like an organisation who has no motives. They're like anyone else trying to get paid in one way or another. And this just shows it. You can't even get your scale on point. You've had 6 months to have a proper scale. How hard is it to have a proper fucking scale in 2025? Eddie Hearn getting a weight out. Really? Is there no scale calibrating professionals out there? Getting a kettlebell out, boshing it on there. Is that the... Really? Wow. Let's play it now in its entirety. One more time.
You
I'm going
okay?
to check these scales out a minute. I know they've been calibrated then.
Tony Sims, I want to check these scales a minute. I know they've been calibrated. That's Tony Sims not trying to slag off the board for being useless.
What's that, 20 kgs? Should be 22.9.
2155.
2155. It's never that. That could never be right. Sorry.
How you doing? You okay? Yeah, ready to go?
Conor, you're ready, you can go whenever you're ready.
Oh, what was that on there?
You happy with that, Tom?
23, on again?
20 kgs, it's a bit light, isn't
Put them
it?
back on again.
Put the 20 back on.
Put the
Should be 22.
No trim or lettering?
22.2.
They'll be
We'll turn it.
nice and still. Take your time. And 156.4. Well done.
Alright,
That's it.
but I want to make sure these are right though.
Well,
Right, but I want to make sure these are all right before I go. So Conor Benn didn't know about this brown envelope from Eddie Hearn. Yeah, he didn't know, clearly. But the fact the fight is sitting there, not if he should leave, because, you know, man. What these boards should do, right, for example, we can't use a kettlebell. They should have an ounce of gold. An industry, people, listen. When you buy gold from them shekels, they're not giving you a little bit more. They probably give you less actually, but still, gold is, you can buy structured ounces of gold. Bosh! You get one of them, bosh, on the scales. No doubt about it. Yeah? No doubt about it. An ounce of gold is an ounce of gold. You'd put it on there. That's what you do. An industry ounce. We take it everywhere with us. Bosh, bosh. Can't go wrong. Getting moody kettlebells from China that could be anything. They could be 12 kilos for all we know. Never mind 10. You don't know what they're giving you. You think they're weighing... Who thinks the manufacturing plant in China is really bothered about any accuracy in your 10 kilo kettlebell? No, they don't care about that. Stop playing.
someone can wait.
Well, we just
What
waited
Eubank
now.
done.
They're a bit light.
I get that. Those Marks and Spartan scales are brilliant, but
No,
to see the
the weight- the
calibre
weight.
one. Yeah,
The weight on here is equivalent.
no, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do is, when Eubank comes here, you're going
He's talking about Eubank, like Conor Benn says, no.
Alright,
That's it.
but I want to make sure these are right though.
well, someone can wait.
Well, we just
What
waited
Eubank
now.
done.
They're a bit light.
We've just weighed it and they're a bit light.
Get that. Those Marks and Spartan scales are brilliant, but
No,
to see the
the weight-
calibre
the
one. Yeah,
The weight on here is equivalent.
no, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do
So Conor Benn's debating about his own weight, okay?
is, when Eubank comes here, you're going
And then this guy's talking about Eubank. Conor Benn's talking about his own self. They're not calibrated. What's going on? And not that I feel for Conor Benn, but I'm saying I don't get the from what I'm doing in this transaction. I don't get it, the idea that they're talking about Eubank. He's saying for himself. That's why Conor Benn says, "Oh, are you sure I'm not gonna have to come back later? Oh, am I able to leave now?" He's talking about himself. He's worried that he don't want to be on a light scale and then have to be brought in for another weigh-in. And this guy's talking about, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to get Eubank. Don't worry, we got him." And that's what, when people are doing corrupt operations, all they can think about is the corruptness, the okie doke. He's not even worried. Conor Benn could have got on there and it said £1 million, 2 tons. It could have got on there as, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're going to get Eubank. Oh, don't worry, we got Eubank." Yeah. Conor Benn weighs in 295 pounds. Jarrell Miller. We got Eubank, no man. What? Eubank where? Deal with the thing in front of you. Don't worry about Eubank. He's not even there yet. You know what he's doing. Why are you so focused on Eubank for? I'll tell you why. Mr. Eddie Hearn. Allegedly. That's what that is. That's what Eddie Hearn will do to people. Allegedly. Not my opinion. Someone told me that. Someone told me that Eddie Hearn be doing this. Yeah. Is the person who told me that, are they lying? Are they making stories? I can't tell. I'm just telling you someone told me, okay? In fact, I'm not even telling you what someone told me. I'm telling you what someone told me allegedly, man. Yeah? Someone told me Eddie Hearn allegedly be doing this with the commission. Well, you can make your own mind up, man. Oops. That's what you can do.
to have someone here to make sure you're
Right,
satisfied
but
that
you
he's
say
making.
that that's not calibrated to the right
To
weight.
the weight.
They were calibrated.
See, we hear everyone talking about calibration. No one else is talking about Eubank, to be fair. No one's mentioned. Eddie Hearn hasn't mentioned Eubank. Well, he's not gonna, because he's part of the conspiracy. But all the naive dudes like Sims and Conor Benn they're not mentioning Eubank. All this dude can talk about, they're talking about their own weight. And he's like, well, when we banking, we'll have someone there to make sure it's proper for you.
I get that. Those Marks and Spartan scales are brilliant, but
No,
to see the
weight.
calibrate one. Yeah.
The weight on here is equivalent.
No, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do is, when Eubank comes here, you're going to have someone here to make sure you're
Right,
satisfied
but
that
you
he's
say
making.
that that's not calibrated to the right
To
weight.
the weight.
They were calibrated by
To the
our
scale.
calibrated. So he's going to get the report now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They calibrate. You're done. You can go and eat and drink what you do. You're done. Well done.
Done. I won't have
Yeah.
to come back here.
You're done. That's it.
You hear that? You see how this is, I'm sorry people. Conor Benn's like, are you sure I won't have to come back? No, you're done, get off. You weighed 270 million pounds for a 165. Don't worry, you're done, we're coming for you, Eubank. Nothing to do with me, you hear the bars. Someone who went on some moody operation and acting like that. Someone who's in the business of justice and truth. Okay, Conor, you've got a good point. Let's make sure our scales are calibrated for yourself and for Eubank. No, Eubank, you're done, mate. You weighed in 200 million pounds for a 165. That's fine, mate. Solid. Legit. Bars. Dap me up. Bars. See you later, brother. That check's heavy, man. That Eddie Hearn matchroom, Mandingo room check was too big, man. You best believe it. Allegedly.
Get the report now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They calibrate. You're done. You can go and eat and drink what you do. You're done. Well done.
Done. I won't have to come back here.
You're done. That's it. Nigel, how you keeping? You okay?
See that? You're done. This guy. You're done. You sure I won't have to come back? You're done. I've never seen anything like this, man. If this is not RicoAct.com, I don't know what is. Yeah? Because what's this guy's incentive to be so biased against Eubank and sucking... I don't think Conor Benn knows about this, to be fair, but still. If Conor Benn knew about it, he'd just be like, yep, bosh and F off. It's only because Tony Sims popped out, who again, he ain't involved in it. Tony Sims is the one who got the thing out. He said, oh, I know they've been calibrated, but I just want to check. He weren't in the conspiracy, allegedly. Yeah? And then when Eddie Hearn, in fact, I'll scroll back to that a bit. When Eddie Hearn clocked that Tony Sims is investigating, that's when Eddie Hearn's is like, look, he's like, oh, I think that's a bit off, mate, actually, yeah? You know, come on, people. So when he's in front of the judge under the RICO Act, he can say, well, man, look, does a guilty person, his lawyers will say, does a guilty person really get all in the mix? This is part of his exculpatory evidence. But I got you, man. You can't... Eddie, you know better than that. You can play with all these Sky Sports, the own plumbers. You can't play with me. You can't play with me like that, Massa Hearns. I got your number. My granddaddy Ben told me about you. That's what he been done. Yeah? Massa Hearns, Calvin Candy Hearns, Massa Barry Hearns. They told... You best believe it, man. Generational. I've been given generational bars about you, man. You best believe it. Look at this clown here. Ooh, fucking hell, yeah. It's pretty light, really, isn't it? Yeah?
You okay?
Check these scales out a minute. I know they've been calibrated.
See, look, Tony Sims comes in. Tony Sims ain't involved with Eddie like that. He comes in, let's check these scales, actually. Eddie's like, oh, no. Really? That's mad.
What's that, 20 kgs?
What's that, 20 kg? Eddie's doing that one then. He realised his brown envelope game getting hotted up right now. That's what he realised for sure.
Should be 22.9.
21.55.
Yeah, it should be 22 point something, I think, mate. Yeah, what's that? Commissioner, have you done the thing? That's what Eddie's doing right now.
So then, you okay? Yeah, ready to go?
Conor, you're ready. You can go whenever you're ready.
Oh, what was that up there?
You don't do that, Tom.
On again?
20 kgs. It's a bit light, isn't
Put them
it?
back on again.
Put the 20 back on.
Put the
Should be 22.
No trim or lettering?
22.2.
They'll be nice and still. Take your time. And 156.4. Well done.
Alright, but I want to make sure these are right though.
Well, someone can wait.
Well, we just
What
wait
you
it
think,
now.
done?
They're a bit light.
I get that. Those Marks and Spartan scales are brilliant, but
No,
to see the
the weight.
calibrate one. Yeah.
The weight on here though is equivalent.
No, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do is, when Eubank comes here, you're going to have...
Do you hear that? The commissioner says, I get it, we don't know what the weight is. Listen again.
Is equivalent.
No, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do is
I get that, we don't know what the weight is. Or maybe he's talking about the kettlebell. Probably not, though. Conor Benn's like, can I go now? He's like, no, well... Conor Benn's like, yeah, but we don't know we don't know what my weight is. Yeah, but come on, people, come on.
when Eubank comes here.
On here, don't is equivalent.
No, I get that. We don't know what the weight is. What we can do is when Eubank comes here, you're going to have someone here to.
Now he's talking about Eubank. They don't know what weights are what. Yeah, that's what I just said there. That exchange there was, we ain't got a clue who's weighing what, when, or when. We couldn't tell you what weight you are, Conor. What this commissioner said. This commissioner just said, Conor, mate, we can't tell you what you weigh. But when Eubank comes in, you best believe we're going to know what he weighs, man. We got to know what that cotton picker weighs. You best believe it. It's going to be heavy too. I can predict it. This Nostradamus for waiting, he said. Yeah, never mind your weight, Conor. I know Eubank heavy. This needs to be investigated. And in regardless of any brown envelope situation, put that to one side. The fact we've got a ruckus in there talking about scales and non-calibrated nusisms is enough for me. Should never be the case. Yeah. And in reality, what they should do, you know how they do the fighters' gloves? And they both, the team meeting where they check the gloves and pick their gloves or whatever, there should be a scale meeting days before. Not 2 minutes, not during a weigh-in. Yeah, days before, teams should get there and agree on a set of scales that sit in one of these hotel rooms and are not touched. So everyone knows what time it is. All this kind of moody, get the kettlebell out business has been done days before. Yeah? Because this stinks to the high heavens. That's what this does. It stinks.
Make sure you're satisfied
Right, but
that
you
he's
say
making.
that's not calibrated to the right
To
weight.
the weight.
They were calibrated by
To the
our
scale.
calibrated. So he's going to get the report now.
Yeah. Okay. You're done. You can go eat and drink what you do. You're done. Well done.
I won't have to
Yeah.
come back here.
You're done. That's it. Nigel, how you keeping? You okay? Good. Good to see. I'm not bad. Struggling by. I'm struggling by. Well done.
I can still see you working.
Whether he makes it, whether he don't make it, it don't make no difference to my mindset in getting in there, fighting and making sure I have the business.
Okay, now let's listen to Eubank's weigh-in.
So many cameras there. Can we stop the cameras? We didn't agree to any filming in that.
Take your time. Take your time, Chris.
Yeah, I will take my time.
Yeah,
He's
no,
right.
he's-
Why is it filming? We'll tell you when we're ready to film. I've never been in a
Ring magazine.
mate. I've never been in a weigh-in.
Everyone's
Like
contracted.
yeah, but that's at 6 p.m. The open one.
No, they
Why
won't.
is everyone here?
Why is everyone here?
Like all these films. Why is all this filming here? I don't understand.
That's just.
I've never. I get it at 6 p.m. the ceremonial. Only you guys need to be here and someone from the other team. You lot should have organised this. What's all these cameras about?
Everyone else
This is
has
a
done
joke.
it.
You didn't pick it up. That's your
This
problem.
is a
What do you
contract.
mean I didn't pick it up?
So can we leave, please? The cameras. Can we leave the cameras, please? Is that not correct? Am I not right?
It's nothing to do with the board.
John, what's going on?
John.
I think we should get you on the scale.
Yeah, and I think that there's too many cameras in there filming. I don't
Why don't you just let the Ring magazine do it then?
Yeah, go on then, everyone else. Ring magazine.
No cameras, but the Ring magazine.
Ring magazine.
Yeah, please.
It's a private way. So everyone else who isn't...
Now, what I will say is, obviously, Eddie Hearn is being... What's the word I'm looking for? He's putting it on Eubank. Which is, I mean, that's part of his job. They do that on the glove situations as well and the hand wrapping. I will say that I don't know what Eubank's team were doing. Someone from his team should have been there when Conor Benn weighed in. I get it, Eubank's losing weight, but you send one of your plumbers, down there to get in the mix. I mean, you could have put me on, man. I'd have gone there and terrorised him. I'd have made sure there was no eggs there. I'd have made sure there was no moody weigh-ins. Eubank didn't have one representative there. Yeah? I'll be doing a frisk and search for eggs. That's what I'll be doing with Conor Benn. You best believe it, man. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going on them scales till I've checked you for eggs. This has got to be a safe environment for all competitors, and you can't have no eggs on you, man. That's what I've done with his ass. Instead, you've got no plumbers there. The YB's a top-level plumber, floor mopper. You could have me there, all in their shit. Instead, you got no one there. They're just breezing through. Bust it. We're light. And you're getting stress. Who's managing this team? Eubank's giving up the weight, the ring size. His ring, they're getting a smaller ring. Weight clauses. Who's been running this guy's operation, man? It's crazy. Ben Shalong and this plumber here. I just don't get it. It's proper messy. Seriously, proper messy. Most people, like, it's a bit like, I don't know. I've been saying this for years, but look at Joe Joyce's management. I was talking to him years ago, and just it's a big mess, people. Seriously, there's a bunch of idiots in the game. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person alive, but I know what makes sense or not. No, we're not fighting in a smaller ring. Oops. Forget about it. That's what you can do. Forget about it, man. Conor Benn. We're not fighting with no eggs. We're not fighting in a phone box. And we're not fighting with you scamming my scales. How about that? That's what we're not doing. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like for the bell 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. But